This video will look at how children develop addition concepts and the initial strategies that they'll build. Addition progresses on from children's counting experiences. One type of addition is where two sets are combined, for example if a farmer's putting all of his cows in one field. Children also need to be exposed to addition using other forms of number, such as growth or using money. Here, the sum 5 plus 4 is used to represent three very different scenarios. At this stage, we encourage children to use informal written methods to help them as they calculate. The children will learn that the order in which numbers are added doesn't affect the total. This principle is taught using different equipment and images. Understanding the commutative law helps children to learn their number bonds, and when performing calculations like 5 plus 8, they'll be able to switch the numbers around to make the question easier to answer. Let's look at this example question, focusing on the strategies the children might use. We're adding the yellow and red squares, and we've already counted both groups. To work out the total number of squares, the first strategy children would use is to count everything again, starting from 1 and recounting all 14 yellow squares, and then continuing to count the red ones. Then they'll learn to count on, knowing that you can start from the total for the larger set and continuing on from there. To be able to count on, children need to learn to count from different starting points, not always one. What we really want, though, is for children to break numbers down in different ways. In this case, recognising that we need to add 6 more to get to 20. So break the 9 up into 6 and 3, giving 23. Equally, they might recognise that to add 9, you can add 10 and subtract 1. For children to be successful mathematicians, they must progress from counting strategies to learn to manipulate and break down numbers when calculating. Here's some strategies that will help children to break down numbers and understand number relationships. You can see how the dot patterns on the left allow children to see the number 7 split up in different ways. Playing games with dot patterns or dominoes where children have to add the dots will help to develop important addition skills. The green and yellow rods show children exploring different ways to break down the number 6. Also, the Numicon shapes, which we use at Bradshaw Hall, have many uses, including giving children a visual representation of number bonds to 10. The children will need to memorise these number bonds. Once children can break down numbers fluently, they're ready to calculate. Clearly, 8 plus 7 could be answered by counting on, but counting, of course, is a very limited strategy. Here, we want the children to split the 7 up into 5 and 2. They'll add the 2 to get to the nearest 10, and then they'll add the rest of the number, in this case 5, to get to the answer, 15. You can see how this leads on to the first formal written method for addition, the number line. The same process is used for the calculation 16 add 7. Here, we use the Numicon equipment to give a visual representation of the calculation. We can see the 7 broken into 4 and 3, with the 4 completing the second 10, so we have 2 10s and 3 23. View the next video to see how addition strategies develop as the children progress in their understanding.